7 in the NFL. This is Alex. This is Felix. Welcome to Sports Talk, and we're going to talk about this week's picks for the NFL. As you know, the games are getting ready to kick off. It's really close to 1 o'clock here on the East Coast. And so let's talk about our 1 o'clock games. Right now, actually, you have the Jags. They were playing the Patriots this morning. Who do you have in that game, Alex?
Jimmy Jacksonville.
Yeah, I will agree. I'm going to go with Jacksonville as well. Okay, so on to the 1 o'clock games. You have Titans versus Bills. This should be pretty entertaining. These two teams have some history between each other, even though they're the same conference but different divisions. So who you got?
Give me the Bill.
Okay. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and go with the Titans upset. So, Lions, Vikings. Oh, boy. The hottest division right now in football. You got the undefeated Vikings going against the Lions. Who is going to take the lead in this division?
They're a big game for both teams. This could be a put off. Who's going to be number one? The go to put off.
Okay, who you got?
I think you can give me Glockton. I think Glockton all pretty real hard. I know coming out of the ball, the team got to rip it up and give it a take on the Trump team.
I'm going to take the Lions here. The Lions, we all know, beat up on the Cowboys. That was a revenge game for last year's cheat by the officiating. That cost them that game and cost them a different position in the playoffs, because obviously things would have been totally different if the Lions had won that game the way the playoff teams would have been aligned. So I take the Lions. Next up, Seahawks, Falcons.
Give me the I believe the I know it's that, but I don't know. There are no person really good to either. So give me that over the Falcons.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think the Falcons will hold on to win that game. And we're going to move on now to the Bengals and Browns, a division rival here. Bengals have had some really close games, some big disappointments where some games they should have won. And if they did win, they would be looking differently in their division. But right now, they're going against the Browns, which have some problems at the helm there. So who you got?
Yeah, both teams have the problem. Offensively and defensively, quarterback is agreement. Jimmy Brown, I believe Brown will win the game and make it into a battle. Will make it into a playoff. This is another big game for the battle.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. Okay. Next up, Dolphins and Colts.
You need the Dolphins. I believe the Dolphins will hungry to overcome. I don't think the fact though to get the game because of the defense for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will get it win.
You know, it's sad. The Dolphins is a pretty good team, but they have a little bit of an off season this year. Like some things are just not clicking for them. I think they bounce back today. I think they will get a victory over the Colts. Houston versus the Packers.
Yeah, that game is interesting to see. Give me the Packers.
I'm gonna go with the Texans here. I think Houston will get this victory over the Packers. Okay, last up is the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This should be an easy pick for you.
Yeah, yeah. I got pick the Eagles, but they got about me return back to New York. First time, first time ever in his career go back to his first team drafted by New York. How about you?
I'm gonna go with the Eagles here just simply because you mentioned it. I think Barkley is gonna just run wild. I think we're gonna see just an explosion from the Eagles here because this game is gonna mean something to him. Yeah, it's a rival, a division rival. The Giants have a lot to prove because a lot of people in the press and the media, including us, we don't think that they're having a really good season this year.
No,
And
I
although
think so.
their record is kind of in the mix, the
Uh,
reality is we know that that's not a really good team. They're going to get there eventually if they just hang in there with their coach, if he doesn't abandon them and the front office don't screw things up coming with the upcoming drafts next year. I think next year the Giants be a better team, but as it sits right now, the Eagles know they need this victory because the Cowboys are down. Barkley wants to prove a point, so I think Eagles victory all day today. Um, okay, now we're gonna move on to our 4 o'clock games, and at 4 o'clock we have first up Raiders versus Rams.
give me one. I think around will get the win.
I will agree. I'm gonna go with you with the Rams there. Next up, you got Panthers versus the Commanders, which are hot as well.
Look,
So, I mean,
look, look. You can say what capacity to a whole, but you know what? The commitment is hot like that. Give me what if we get we get it back after losing with Baltimore.
okay. So I'm also gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Commanders here. Yeah, I think after the loss, I think they bounce back against the Panthers. Um, you got the last 4 o'clock game, which is a little bit later. It's like 4:25 that game, and that is the Chiefs and 49ers, the replay of the Super Bowl.
It,
Um,
it,
who you got here?
and we got up to the ball. Nine, no, 58 at Super Bowl 57. Uh, 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 Okay, and we got up to Super Bowl. Okay, so for me, you know what? For the fans, I think it gotta be the formula. We get the I know the formula. We should get the hot dog up and down. I know it got more a big game, but it's not a game. So give me the formula.
Okay, so here's my take on this game. Okay, so yeah, the 49ers should be wanting revenge. There should be some drama in the locker rooms. They should be amped up to play. The Chiefs also coming off a bye and everything else, and being a little bit more healthier right now because the 49ers isn't healthy. Um, they were a much healthier team in the Super Bowl than they are today. And so right now, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs win this game. Um, Even with the 49ers having the passion, the 49ers technically should be trying to get some revenge back. To me, it doesn't matter because it isn't a Super Bowl.
It,
Um, at the end of the day, it only matters when you win the championship. Um, this right here, there's a lot of hype behind it because of the two teams they squared off just this past February, and for the Super Bowl. But the reality is, you got an unhealthy team versus a healthy team, and a team right now that has had a lot of help from officiating. So, yeah, if the 49ers win, kudos to them. but it only matters when you get the victory and bring home a trophy. Shanahan has not defeated.
Absolutely.
He
I'll
has
pass
not
more.
defeated Holmes or Andy Reid, and so until as a coach and defensively you can rip that offense apart, and the 49ers defensively have not been able to really get on or disrupt Mahomes, it doesn't matter. So even if they get the victory today, that'll be congratulations to the 49ers, but it only matters when you defeat this team in the championship. And that's if you two can meet up again in a championship.
Yeah.
But so right now, the Chiefs are 2-0 against the 49ers in a championship game. And we're going to finish this off with Sunday night football, Steelers versus the Jets. What do you got?
Like, yeah. Well, the part we had to get over with that game what I had home. So, for me, give me the game. I think you get moved up back after this. Well, I get the Bills and have to agree with what these are Dr. Adam coming back with a lot the good game for both to put on a new team and Dr. Adam is a former Green Bay Packer. Dr. Adam will take with the to pick up uh, now we get the back to good with the
Now,
character at
now
the
there was some rumors of Russell Wilson starting this game.
yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed that I want a room to get that game. A couple of people that is Pittsburgh fans are not happy about that. Uh, I am not happy about that either. I think uh, uh, he is bad. He is an old quarterback. He was how about you?
I'm going to pick the Steelers with the victory here. As far as Russell Wilson coming back, I think, in all honesty, I mean, if he was able to start the season, that would be totally different. But the young man was there playing, and he's gotten the Steelers this far, and the Steelers were hot. And so this may actually disrupt all the tempo, like the whole offensive line has got to get used to now Russell and the receivers. The tempo of the game is going to change. And I mean, that may work in the Jets' favor. But the Jets not having a true a coach right now coaching them, um, that hurts. Even with the new addition to the offense and all, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I think Mike Tomlin pulls it off because he's there to coach his team. I'm pretty sure if Russell Wilson starts off not well, they'll will make a switch back, and it'll be what it be. Now let's close this show with Monday Night Football, which you have two games tomorrow.
Yeah,
Once again, this is now the third Monday Night Football where you got two games going on simultaneously. So you have the Ravens versus the Bucks. Now, this was a possibility of the Super Bowl last year as well. So what do you think here?
yeah, but I mean, but I forgot about that. Give me a fucking year. I believe a fucking we have come out of the day out week, pull out the appointment week. Give me a fucking year. I believe a fucking year. As the part of team for the begging me for that. I got that team booted that in Tampa.
Okay. I'm also going to go with you with this one. I think the Bucks right now seem to be focused and ready, not to take nothing from the Ravens. Obviously, Hardball usually has his team ready and everything else. But watching the Bucks' performance last week against the Saints, You could just see that they just right now defensively, and that's what you need, a defense to shut down a high-powered offense. And so I think Bucks defense win this game. Second game for Monday Night Football is the Chargers versus the Cardinals. As we know, last Sunday, Hardball had a medical emergency
Yeah.
during the actual game, um, which then his brother, in turn, at the press conference,
Yeah.
had to leave to go check on his brother. So I hope Hardball is well. I did not hear any further updates or news about him. I don't know if he's going to be there at today's game, but if he is, all well and is good. But who do you have, Cardinals or Chargers?
You just you I believe I would be back after we after being that game as a football. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chargers should win here. This should be a pretty decent game between these two teams. They don't meet that often, but I think right now, I think the Chargers mentally is going to be in a different state. I think they're going to be prepared a little bit more. Change some things there. Then we're going to just quickly, briefly talk about the upcoming Thursday night football for Thursday night. You got Vikings versus the Rams. This should be a pretty entertaining game. Um, what do you think? What's your thoughts on that?
It got me if I look at football. What is your interview if the foot game for week 8 of the uh, uh, we already in for some we already pretty good. So it got me really interesting. Um, hopefully it's a good game. Yeah.
I think this is going to be a pretty entertaining game. I would have loved to seen this matchup last year, but you know, it is what it is. And that
Uh,
will be starting week 8. Can't believe it. We're almost halfway through the season. The deadline is coming up and everything.
yeah.
So this is the fastest I think I've seen a season take off for the NFL. It's been pretty quickly.
Week 8 is gonna be a great week. Uh, we will see a couple teams make this trade before we hit the so week 8 is gonna be a lot of new a lot of teams move around with the Amari Cooper versus the Bill and with the Delta Atom versus the we got me team. What is gonna be next for the upcoming trade it's gonna be quickly for week 8 and we
Okay.
try ask for Monday Night Football. For
Yeah,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, gonna be all eye on the first team. I believe this 2 weeks gonna be tricky. And yeah, before we get off, the top one and the Bears are off this week. So that way we will talk about the 15 that had it last week.
yes. And just so if you guys haven't paid attention, this is Sports Talk with Alex and Felix. But you know what? Kudos on the baseball side.
Yeah,
Boy, the
check out
World Series is going to be heated up. It's exciting to see what's happening here. I have to tell you, man, I am amped up for this year's World Series.
yeah,
You know
check out to get uh we need
yeah,
to go uh we got away from the Mets game and the thought the Dodgers game look it could be the Mets and you look
yeah. We had that one time before. That ain't go so well for the Mets. But let me just tell you, that would be a great World Series once again to see that matchup. It's only happened one time. It'll be
Wait,
pretty interesting, huh?
it's called that way. What we
Series, yes, absolutely. And so I'm pretty sure New Yorkers will be going insane. And um, just want to throw a quick message out there. You know what? We're 16 days away from the election. Please, if you haven't gotten registered to vote, please go register if it's not too late in your state. Make sure you guys vote. This is a very important election for the country. And doesn't matter which side you're on, just make sure you're there to vote. And so we're going to leave it there. I'm excited for for upcoming sports games, and we'll be getting into those.
can't
And
wait for
so
a bit more. Can't wait
yes,
for
absolutely,
just
absolutely.
that. Can't wait for week 8. I can't wait week 8 of the 8 we got 10 more weeks of football. I have weeks to go. Uh, yeah, I can't believe week 8.
Yeah,
How it done
I know. Well, that used to be the halfway point, right?
yeah,
When it was only 16 games. It's not 16 games
yeah,
anymore. 18. So at this
18.
point, we're
Well,
almost at the
we're
halfway.
almost there. 10
I
more
would love
weeks.
to see some entertaining trades before the trade deadline,
Yeah.
just so that the season gets even more hotter for the second half. Come on, NFL, let's make some trades out there. Let these teams step up. Somebody's got to need help, need something. I don't care what you guys got to do. I would love to hear some news on Monday, tomorrow, of some mega trade going on, um, just to help increase the excitement to this NFL season. And
So,
so,
you,
um,
you I already, it's gonna be a good week of football.
yeah, 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 I'm excited. Definitely excited for what's coming. And so we're gonna leave it there, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys at the games. Enjoy your football, and we'll see you guys next week.
Week 8.
Week 8.